The dust of the trade deadline has officially settled now that we have Luka Doncic in Los Angeles, Anthony Davis in Dallas, Zach LaVine in Sacramento, and Mark Williams returned to the Hornets, although now angry. So it's time to see how the rest of the NBA season is going to go. And we're going to start with the All-Star Weekend. Now, for some reason, first of all, they scheduled All-Star Weekend on Valentine's Day weekend, so while guys are going to be out having to spend hundreds of dollars on their significant others, while they really just want to watch the game, we're going to simulate through the All-Star Weekend so they don't have to watch. They can just look up the results. Now, the first thing is I was going to be like, all right, so let's look at the rotations and rosters. What are accurate? What are inaccurate? Already, the Rising Stars challenge / game / teams are inaccurate because in 2025 right now, they run a sort of like 4-3 team mix going on where a bunch of teams go up against each other, teams of 6. They'll sub in guys in and out. And how 2K has it set up is that they're just 2 teams that go against each other, the rookies versus the sophomores. So already 2K is a broken game that doesn't accurately represent real life. So we're just going to bypass that altogether and see if they got the slam dunk contest accurate. Anthony Edwards, Malik Beasley, Darius Garland, Norman Powell, Peyton Pritchard, and Zach LaVine. Is that how it's reflected in real life? I don't see Steph Curry. I don't see Jalen Brunson. I don't see Cade Cunningham. I don't see Tyler Hero. I don't see Buddy Hield. I don't see Cam Johnson. I don't see Norman Powell. Oh, I do see Norman Powell. Hey! Well, they got about half of the players right. And thankfully, we're not able to actually change who these players are in the three-point contest. Because why would you want that to be a feature? So, you know, we're just going to go ahead and skip through the three-point contest. And let's see who's going to win the slam dunk contest, where they have all the accurate names like Matas Buzelis, Stephon Castle, Andre Jackson Jr., and Mac McClung. Oh. All right, well, maybe just because everything is broken doesn't mean that the actual All-Star game itself is broken. Let's take a look. Oh, this is interesting. Instead of the traditional East versus West format, Sunday night's finale will feature a 4-team mini tournament starring 24 players voted as starters and reserves in each conference and a Rising Stars team. The 4 teams will face off in 2 semifinals. The winners will advance to a championship game. So once again, nothing is accurate. And all that is to say, let's just simulate right through the All-Star game and let's see who's going to be the NBA champion as predetermined by the most accurate, the most amazing NBA simulation engine to date, NBA 2K25. And Shai Gilgeous-Alexander wins MVP, a 33-4-6 season, 2 steals and a block. Maybe. I don't know if that's good enough to beat out a triple-double from Nikola Jokic, but we shall see. Alexander Sarr somehow wins Rookie of the Year. Who are the other opportunities and options? They don't think Jared McCain is injured because 2K. The Sharier Rissace, Stephon Castle. How about plus minuses? AJ Mitchell, Zach Edey. Well, 2K believes Alexander Sarr, number 2 overall pick, is going to win Rookie of the Year. Jonas Valanciunas wins 6th Man of the Year for the Sacramento Kings, even though he was traded away half season, mid-season. Can you win 6th Man of the Year being traded away at the midseason mark? Interesting thoughts. Defensive Player of the Year is Victor Wembanyama. I believe that is accurate. Amen Thompson, most improved. Ooh, that's tough. His defense is improved. And if you're gonna count defense, Dyson Daniels is certainly there. I'm sure Victor Wembanyama could be on that list as well. Clutch Player of the Year is Trae Young. I don't know how you accurately grade that. Coach of the Year is Mark Dagnall yet again. And the Executive of the Year goes to the Oklahoma City Thunder, Sam Presti? Anyway, All-NBA First Team is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Nikola Jokic, Giannis, Victor Wembanyama in year 2, 95 overall on the All-NBA First Team. And Trae Young, my guy barely got into the All-Star game. You think they're going to give him All-NBA First Team recognition? I doubt it. Second team is LeBron, Jason Tatum, Ant-Man Edwards, Cade Cunningham, and Anthony Davis on the Mavericks. And third team is Domantas Sabonis, Karl Towns, Stephanie Curry, James Harden, Jalen Brunson. Okay. All defensive first team is Victor Wembanyama, Anthony Davis, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Walker Blocker, Kessler, Rudy Gobert. Do you have enough centers? And on the defensive second team is Evan Mobley, Nikola Jokic, because he's a great lockdown defender. Dyson Daniels. Finally, we get some guards. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, MVP, and Jaren Jackson Jr. on the all-rookie first team is Alexander Sarr, Missy, Zachariah Rissace, Stephon Castle, and Jared McCain, even though he's out with injury, but 2K doesn't recognize that. Second team is Zach Edey, Kalal Ware, Dalton Connect, Bub Carrington, and Donovan Clingan. All right. Not too bad. Let's take a quick peek at the standings. The Boston Celtics do go on to lead the Eastern Conference first place ahead of the Cleveland Cavaliers, who kind of fell off a little bit. All things being equal, Knicks are third, Pacers fourth, Magic fifth. Kind of a logjam here in the 40s, if you will. Magic, Pistons, Heat, Hawks, very similar records. Good to see the Hawks in the playoffs. Then you got the Milwaukee Bucks continuing to fall off. Somehow the Bulls are not a bottom 5 team, which is just further understanding that they suck at everything, even tanking. Raptors, 76ers don't make the playoffs. The Nets, Hornets, and Wizards are the worst team in the NBA. For the Western Conference, no surprises. The Oklahoma City Thunder are the #1 team in the West and the #1 team in the NBA. Clippers are second here. Dogfight in the middle of the West. Minnesota Timberwolves still third. Good to see. Denver Nuggets, 2K hates them in simulation. They're fourth. Rockets fall to fifth. Mavericks are sixth. Lakers are seventh. Exact same records. That's interesting. Grizzlies, I think they fell off here at eighth. Ninth is the Sacramento Kings with Zach LaVine. And 10th, just barely eking into the play-in tournament, is Kevin Durant and the Suns outside looking in. And they're all the same record. San Antonio Spurs, Golden State Warriors with Jimmy Buckets. And then the bottom 3 are the Trailblazers, Pelicanos, and the Jazz. That's about to be expected. Yeah, but the league leader in scoring is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, MVP by a lot. Ant-Man Edwards is second, Giannis is third, LaMelo Ball is fourth, Nikola Jokic is fifth. Rebounds goes to Domantas Sabonis. Karl Towns having an MVP caliber year of his own. Nikola Jokic, Ivica Zubac, and Walker Blocker Kessler. And assist is Trae Young leading the way. Joker second, James Harden third, Tyrese Haliburton fourth, and Cade Cunningham is fifth. Steals is Dyson Daniels. Blocks is Victor Wembanyama. And a fickle percentage is Daniel Gafford. Free throws is IQ. 3-pointers, Grayson Allen led the league. Nikola Jokic is second. Ant-Man Edwards is third, tied with Amir Coffey fourth. Norman Powell fifth. Darius Garland, Michael Conley, Steph Curry, Pascal Siakam, really? And Taurean Prince, kind of a weird 9th and 10th there. Most efficient offenses is the Oklahoma City Thunder first, Celtics second, and Grizzlies surprisingly third. Nuggets, Cavaliers leading out the top 5. Worst offenses goes to the Hornets because they're playing. I actually have this written down. Hold on. Their rotation. This was an actual NBA rotation that they put out. Taj Gibson, Daquan Jeffries, Tijuan Salon, Elfrid Payton, and KJ Simpson was an actual team that they trotted out onto an NBA court. Yikes. Wizards, Nets, Magic, surprisingly, and the Trailblazers, followed by the Heat, rounding out the bottom 5. Best defense is the Orlando Magic, so they're kind of right there. Can't shoot, but they can't. Other teams can't shoot against them either. Clippers are second, interesting. Oklahoma City Thunder with the micro ball, third. Timberwolves without Karl Towns are still fourth, and the Warriors are fifth, just ahead of the Celtics. Worst defenses is the Jazz, the Wizards, the Pelicans, the Bulls, and the 76ers tied with the Suns. You would not expect those two teams, but anyway, it is time to hop into the NBA play-in tournament. I believe they run Western Conference first, then the East, 7th seed first, then the 9th seed. So LA Lakers taking on the Memphis Grizzlies. I don't know why 2K hates the Grizzlies other than, and this is a total theory, I know we're on a tangent. I think there's something in the code that says this team will perform 20% worse than they should, or this team will perform 20% better than they should. So teams like the Raptors from when they won the championship, the Hawks from when they went to the Eastern Conference Finals, the Cavaliers, they always tend to perform better than their roster, and teams like the Grizzlies, teams like the Nuggets, they perform worse than their roster because the team hasn't always been good. The Lakers. So the 2K code sort of overcomes what the actual rosters are to better represent real life, but in the end result is that it breaks the game down the road. So anyway, the Memphis Grizzlies somehow collapsed. They're now the 8th seed. Yeah, we'll go ahead and hop into Simcast, see how these guys do. No advice from the coaching staff because we are neither of these teams. Grizzlies have a huge lead here in the second quarter, going to the third quarter with a huge lead, and it looks like the Lakers are going to be fighting for the 8th seed against whoever wins the next round of the play-in tournament. 123-105. LeBron was good. I'm noticing a significant lack of Luka. Is he out due to obesity? Also, interesting, I'm seeing He might be out due to alcoholism. Who'd have thunk? Luka Doncic sprained his ankle. And that's kind of what the Mavericks were afraid of. So you got to give credit where credit is due. Nico Harrison predicted that Luka would fall off due to alcoholism or something. Then with Derrick Rose is running point for the Kings. I mean, guys, you got to get a realistic rotation going. Malik Monk is playing their unofficial point guard. Then you got Zach LaVine at the 2, DeMar DeRozan at the 3, Keegan Murray at the 4, Domantas Sabonis at the 5, and they were running a double big lineup with Domas at the 4 and Jonas at the 5. Like, let's get our best players in. What are we doing? Dyson Nix is in the rotation. Anyway, the Phoenix Suns, Tyus Jones, Devin Booker, Bradley Beal. These two need to be flipped. Kevin Durant, Nick Richards. Yeah, I mean, you know who they are. You remember the Sun Kings, and let's see who's going to advance to the second round of the play tournament to fight for the 8th seed. Loser goes home. This is the end of somebody's season today. Going into the fourth quarter, and it looks like the Sacramento Kings are going to be on the outside looking in of the playoffs yet again. The Sacramento Phantom are no strangers to missing the playoffs. Did it 16 or 17 years in a row. That is all she wrote. Goodbye, Sacramento. Tough game. I mean, when 2K's putting in Derrick Rose, you're going to suffer. Kevin Durant dropped 39 points. And let's go see how the Eastern Conference is looking. You got the Milwaukee. Nope. You got the Miami Heat without a Jimmy Butler. And the Atlanta Hawks here in the first one. Who's going to win this? I'm honestly, like, in a weird way, I'm pulling for the Hawks to be good. I say that and they're getting blown the hell out. I like Trae Young in the clutch. The dude is just, he's a smack talker. He's got ice in his veins. I love the sort of rebuild that the team is doing. They got Zaccharia Risacier. They got Jalen Johnson. They got Dyson Daniels. They have a good young core. I think the potential for the Hawks to be good is limitless. They just need to put it together. I say that though, and they got smacked 123-100. Brutal. Tyler Hero popped off. Andrew Wiggins played a good one. And you know what? The Heat without Jimmy made it further than the Golden State Warriors with Jimmy. Think about it. Trae Young played incredible. The rest of the team was horrific. I'm not seeing Jalen Johnson here. Did he go out with injury? Yeah, I mean, it's tough to win without your second best player, torn labrum, gone for this season. And the Milwaukee Bucks here. I mean, limitless expectations, but performance is pathetic. Taking on the Chicago Bulls, who somehow are here. I mean, the Bulls should be gone. Kyle Kuzma is injured. That feels about how the Milwaukee Bucks season is going. And they are losing here in the third quarter, going to the fourth quarter with a little bit of a deficit. Let's see if they can fight back. About a 14-point game, 12-point game, 14-point game, 5 minutes remaining. You traded for Damian Lillard. You're not making it into the playoffs. Ooh, that's got to sting. They traded away Drew Holiday. They traded away cash money. What's his name? Chris Middleton. And now they can't even make it into the first round of the playoffs. They are eliminated by a tanking Bulls squad. I mean, Taylor and Horton Tucker led the way. That's how you know we're in bad times there. Anyway, the Memphis Grizzlies are the 7th seed. This game is to determine who is the 8th seed, the Lakers versus the Suns. And we'll hop into Simcast, see if anything interesting happens. No close games yet, but we will hop in if the game gets within, 5 points. In the fourth quarter, we got a good one here in the fourth quarter. Lakers are blowing out the Suns, and it looks like Kevin Durant once again gets bested by LeBron James. Not the first time in his career, as they fall 150-104. Holy, Dalton Connect went out of his mind. Rui, honestly, just more balance from the Lakers. As for the Suns, Kevin Durant, Bradley Beal came to play. Devin Booker did not. And the rest of the team was horrific, minus Mason Plumlee. So the Lakers are the 8th seed. Suns have been eliminated. And now we have the Atlanta Hawks versus Chicago Bulls. Tell me you've seen this before in the play-in tournament. Come on, Hawks. They probably have the only... Oh, my God. I mean, this looks like the Bulls-Pistons game that they just played. It was like 65-20 in the second quarter. The game's over. The game was over in the first quarter. We don't even need to be here anymore. Refund your fans, Chicago. Sell the team. The Atlanta Hawks are the 8th seed. So here we have the Lakers and the Thunder. That's going to be fun, but there's no Luka. So unfortunately, I think that's going to be a sweep. Nuggets versus the Rockets. The Timberwolves, all defense, gave the Nuggets trouble last season. Maybe more of the same this year. You got the Minnesota Timberwolves at the Dallas Mavericks. It would be fun, but there's no Luka. So it's like Anthony Edwards versus Kyrie Irving, I guess. I don't know. Clippers versus the Grizzlies. The Grizzlies should win this, but for some reason, the Clippers are playing out of their mind. They think that Kawhi Leonard is actually healthy? But excuse me? In the Western Conference, Boston versus Atlanta, both in real life and in the game. This would be a fun matchup because 2K hates the Celtics already, and the Atlanta Hawks they sim incredibly well. And then the Atlanta Hawks are pests, man. Dyson Daniels, imagine if Jalen Johnson was healthy. I think he's injured in real life, so that's why he's gone. Zachary Rosachier is playing well. I mean, the Hawks, they gave the business to the 76ers, and they played the Bucks tough. Did the Hawks beat the Celtics a few years ago? Anyway, they played the Celtics well. That's all I'm trying to say. You got Indianapolis all offense versus the Orlando Magic all defense. You got the New York Knickerbockers trying to win a chip versus the Pistons trying to win some games. Jaden Ivey is gone for the season. Don't know why he's still playing. You got the Cleveland Cavaliers. Evan Mobley's overrated versus the Miami Heat. No shot there. Let's just be completely honest. And game ones go to most of the home teams win, except for the Minnesota Timberwolves. I don't know. This Dallas team is going on a Cinderella run here. I'm not really sure how that happened, why that happened. We'll go and simulate one more game, see if anybody sweeps. So the Oklahoma City Thunder swept, the Denver Nuggets swept. We got 2 3-1s here in the West, and a couple of 2-2 series is there in the East. Simulate one more game. I'm only going to hop in for game 7s. I think we hopped in a little too often. Let's see how we're doing here. 3-2, 3-2, 3-2, and 4-2. Boston Celtics take care of business in a tough 6-game series. The Knicks take care of business, and the Cleveland Cavaliers swept. The Clippers dominated the Memphis Grizzlies, and I doubt that's going to happen if John Morant is healthy. And the Minnesota Timberwolves ousted the Dallas no longer Luka Doncic. The only game 7 here is offense versus defense, and you expect that. The new NBA is kind of similar to, like, you remember in the old UFC, they'd put up this guy who's like crazy good at wrestling versus this guy who's crazy good at Muay Thai, and they're good at one thing and one thing only. That's kind of what this matchup feels like. All defense, Magic can't shoot to save their lives. KCP's 3-pointer fell 10% as soon as he went to Orlando. All defense, Magic, all offense, Indiana Pacers. And it looks like offense wins championships here. The Magic just do not have a chance. Holy crap, complete blowout, devastation, 124-107. Tyrese Halliburton was great. Ben Mathurin was great. And Paulo Banchero just does not sim well. He averaged 31 points a season in real life. 2K thinks he's more of a 22-24 point per game score. They need to update the logic on Paulo Banchero. They really don't respect how good of a player he is. 7 of 28 from the field. I doubt it. But anyway, here we are in the second round. Oklahoma City Thunder versus Denver Nuggets. Battle of basically who's going to represent the West. You got Clippers and Minnesota Timberwolves. You got the Celtics and the Pacers, rematch of last year's Eastern Conference Finals. And you got the Cleveland Cavaliers versus the New York Knicks again. They seem to meet a lot in the playoffs, if we're being honest. Looks like the home team took care of business for Boston. We got a split out there in New York. Clippers continue to sim well, and the Nuggets may be on upset alert of those Oklahoma City Thunder. They are 3-0 right now. I mean, that's absolutely bizarre, but if they win this game, the Oklahoma City Thunder, led by MVP Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, led by most improved player potentially, Chet Holmgren, led by the free agent acquisition of the year in Isaiah Hartenstein, they could go home here. Looks like they're taking care of business. 4-point game. Close. They're going to lose by 2, so we got another 3-1 series there. The Minnesota Timberwolves are getting their butts kicked by the LA Clippers. Imagine if this happened in real life. And the Minnesota Timberwolves need to win this to force a game 6, to force a game 7. Clippers looking to take care of business here at home and end this early so they could prepare for the Nuggets potentially, or the Oklahoma City Thunder. Got a back and forth game here, and we may actually be able to hop in and experience and enjoy what's going to happen. Now it's a 10-point game, 7-point game, 2 minutes remaining, 9-point game. They need to score. Down by 8, down by 11. Wow, the Timberwolves just collapsed in a 23-41 fourth quarter. Wave goodbye to the fans. Anthony Edwards, you dropped 34, 4, 4-1, 11 of 24 shooting. Not enough help though. Imagine if they traded away Rudy Gobert instead of Karl-Anthony Towns. Maybe they would have won a championship. But the Kawhi Leonard-led James Harden LA Clippers advanced to the Western Conference Finals for the second time in their entire franchise history. The Cleveland Cavaliers and the New York Knicks are battling it out, and we got 3-1 here in Boston. Who's next? Hop into Simcast here and see if the Oklahoma City Thunder can keep the fight alive, or are they going to get trounced by the former champion Denver Nuggets. And it looks like once again the Nuggets doing what the Nuggets do best, and that's steamroll. You thought Isaiah Hartenstein could stop Nikola Jokic? He can't. You thought Chet Holmgren could help? He can't. Shea just disappeared. 19 points, 3 rebounds, 12 assists, and Nikola Jokic dominated. 37, 11, and 13. 28 from Jamal Murray, 28 from Michael Porter, 20 from Peyton Swanson, and the West is set. The former champion Denver Nuggets, the never been champion before LA Clippers. Got a 3-2 series here. The New York Knicks are now leading. Got a 3-1 series here in Indiana. Now the Pacers are fighting for their playoff lives as well in Boston, in enemy territory. Does offense win championships, or does the better team prevail? 15, 18 point game here in the fourth quarter. It seems like no game has been close, but the Indiana Pacers are going to stay alive for at least one more game. 135-113. And we got another 3-2 here. The New York Knicks looking to take advantage. Does the Kenny Atkinson move instead of JB Bickerstaff work? Or do the New York Knicks going all in with Mikal Bridges handle business? And once again, another blowout. Is this a 160 point game? It is. Wow. Jalen Brunson 37. Karl Towns 34. OG Anunoby 27. Deuce McBride 22. Miles, Mikal Bridges only puts up 11. Donovan Mitchell, really, he only takes 17 shots in an elimination game. Evan Mobley may be overrated by 2K, but not enough to survive to the Eastern Conference. And you got the New York Knicks here looking to take on either Boston or Indiana. If this happens in real life, I can guarantee you I know how the refs are going to be officiating this game, but it looks like the Celtics are going to take care of business and advance once again, another blowout. I'm not sure what's going on with the sim engine, but we have not seen a single close game since starting the playoffs. 148-113. Tyrese was great. Pascal was solid, but unfortunately not good enough to stop. 38 from Tatum, 30 from Porzingis, 20 from Derek White, 19 from Jaylen Brown, and the Eastern Conference Finals are set. Boston versus New York. Everyone's going to tune in. LA Clippers versus Denver Nuggets. Probably nobody's going to tune in. Here we go. Game 1, the Boston Celtics take advantage. And Game 1 of the West, the Denver Nuggets upset. Game 2, split 1-1 apiece. Home court advantage has now been stolen. Game 3, the Denver Nuggets go up 2-1, and the New York Knicks go up 2-1 as well. Game 4, 3-1 here in New York. Interesting. Was not expecting that. Boston now fighting for their playoff lives. A few 3-1s have occurred, especially since LeBron James did in the NBA Finals, but it looks like the Celtics are going to do their best unless the Knicks make a game out of it here. 8-point game, 5-point game, 5 minutes remaining. 5-point game, 4 minutes remaining. 7-point game, 10-point game, 8-point game, 11-point game. Really? You're not going to get close? You really don't want to get close? You sure you don't want to get close? All right, it's a 15-point game. No, there's been no game winners at all here. Anyway, the Knicks are up 3-2. This game is going to determine who takes a commanding 3-2 lead. Kawhi Leonard is injured. Tell me what else is new in this damn life. And the Clippers are leading here in the third quarter, going to the fourth quarter. Another blowout. Not really a blowout, but blowout enough. It's a 20-point game with 1 minute. All right, there you go. We got 2 3-2 series in each respective conference. 3-2. The New York Knicks are looking to advance to the NBA Finals for the first time since... Damn, when was the last time they were in the finals? Was that Oakley? Was that Ewing? Was it the 80s? The guy on one leg? Willis Reed? I don't know, but it looks like it's going to be another not close game yet. Again, the Celtics are getting stomped. 20-point game. 3 minutes remaining in the quarter, and they lose 123-100. Jalen Brunson was solid. Mikal Bridges was good. honestly, the scoring wasn't even that great, but the Celtics just got locked up. 7 of 27, 3 of 15 shooting for Jason Tatum. Jaylen Brown, another player underrated in the sim engine. That's tough. The Celtics fall in their quest to repeat, and now we have a 3-2 series here. Are the LA Clippers, the upstart LA Clippers, gonna make their first ever finals? Or will Nikola Jokic, one of the greatest players in the history of the sport, looking to get 4 MVPs in his career, looking to get potentially 2 NBA championships under his belt? Once again, not a close game. The Denver Nuggets handle business. They made it close. Holy crap. But here we are, game 7 of the Western Conference. Kawhi Leonard is injured. Nikola Jokic has never been injured. Why is that? I don't know. The gods of injuries laugh upon reality. Had a good enough game here in the first 3 quarters, and then all of a sudden blow out a 38-24 third quarter. May have put the game out of reach for the Denver Nuggets. Although it's down to 12, 5 minutes remaining, down to 10. 11-point game, 13-point game, 13-point game, and I think it's going to be too little too late. Yet again, we have not hopped in to enjoy a single close game. 10-point game, 8-point game, 10-point game. Yeah, not enough. 6-point game, 2 seconds remaining. They made it a 3-point game at the end, but realistically, it wasn't. Kawhi Leonard wins Western Conference Finals MVP. Jalen Brunson wins Eastern Conference Finals MVP. And here they are. Knicks have mild injury to Precious Achiuwa, and Cam Payne is gone for the season. So their backup point guard slash center shooting guard position is injured. And the Clippers, I mean, Kawhi Leonard is always hurt, but he's going to play through it, I guess. And that is it. So definitely an interesting matchup to see how can an injured Kawhi Leonard play. Can he get one more championship here in LA, or will the New York Knicks complete destiny and bring a chip to New York? New York, stand up. You know what? Let's get announcer man hyping us up for us.
Game 1 of the NBA Finals. The Clippers clinched the conference championship that climaxed in a Game 7 showdown. But now they need 4 more wins to reach their ultimate goal. It all starts right here, right now, against the New York Knicks. The pinnacle of the postseason, the NBA Finals, is here.
Like, okay, the Knicks I could totally see making the NBA Finals, but the Clippers? Really? The Clippers? Come on now. Paul George is that bad that the team loses, or the team trades or doesn't re-sign him, whatever, just words, and they go to the NBA Finals. Is Paul George that bad? Anyway, back and forth game here in the third quarter. Maybe we'll finally have a close one. 6-point game, 5 minutes remaining. 10-point game. The simulation engine hates me. I like to hop in with about 3 minutes left in a close one. 12-point game, 9-point game, 11-point game. The Clippers aren't going to break 100 points. They lose 100-89. Karl Towns took care of business. Kawhi Leonard did not. James Harden was horrific. Norman Powell was okay. I mean, the Clippers were just locked down defensively. They're going to lose 89-100. We're going to get 1 VC. And you know what? Let's let announcer man speak again.
This is the NBA Finals, Game 2. The Los Angeles Clippers, fighting for their first win of the series, will try to even the score at 1-1 as they go up against the New York Knicks. Which heroes will rise? The NBA playoffs start now.
Just as a content creator, if you will, it's frustrating that not a single game has been close. Like, yes, it makes the video go by faster, but you know, I was here to enjoy the 2K experience, and instead every single game has been 10-15 points with 2 minutes remaining. Like, there's been not a single game winner we could have even watched. OG Anunoby, great steal there. 2-way, throw it down, hop at a Simcast, and see who is going to prevail. New York Knicks, did they lose game 1? I've already forgotten. No, the Knicks won game 1, looking to defend home court. You know how they say the NBA doesn't start, the playoffs don't start until the home team loses. Well, it looks like the Clippers are going to try to fight back. Look at this fourth quarter, 27-6, 12-point game, 10-point game, 5 minutes remaining, 12-point game, 14-point game, and once again, the CPU engine hates me. We thought we might get a close one, but once again, we do not. Not a single interesting game has occurred here all the way into the NBA Finals. The New York Knicks are now up 2-0. Clippers find themselves in a hole. Once again, Jalen Brunson, Karl Towns was great, and the defense was sensational. 6 of 23 shooting from Norman Powell. Oh my gosh. 7 of 16 from Bogey. Kawhi Leonard only shot 10 shots. Not a great series right now, but you know what? This is the time to bounce back. The Los Angeles Clippers, down 0-2, look to come back against all odds.
Game 3 of the NBA Finals. The New York Knicks come into Game 3 up 2-0. Will their relentless desire thrust them to a third straight victory? The scenery changes to hostile ground as they face off against the Los Angeles Clippers. This is the NBA playoffs, and it's up next.
Definitely do not have the Clippers in my bingo card, but here we are looking to defend their home court and avoid getting swept. Winning here in the third quarter, going to the fourth quarter. Maybe this is going to be a close game. 14-point game, 12-point game in the fourth quarter. We got a 14-point game. Another fucking 20-point game here in the fourth quarter. Not anything interesting to happen, but at least the Clippers have won a game. So the NBA Finals in general is going to be exciting. Do you remember when the Cavaliers and the Warriors were going at it? I think it was in the 7-game series where like the first 6 games, the team that won by like 30 points. It wasn't even close to come the fourth quarter. Kawhi Leonard finally had an incredible game. Jalen Brunson, Mikal Bridges, Karl Towns was a little quiet. OG was quiet. Josh Hart didn't do much. 16 rebounds though. That's how these finals are feeling. But here we are, Game 4 of the NBA Finals. The Knicks look to take advantage.
It's Game 4 of the NBA Finals. The Los Angeles Clippers have a battle ahead. Can they even the series at 2 games apiece? They know they can win, and now must rise to the occasion with millions of fans looking on as they square off against the New York Knicks. The NBA postseason coming up next.
Hopping into Simcast, the Knicks win this, they go up a commanding 3-1. The Clippers win this, they return home court, and they make it a 2-2 series. We got a 14-point game here going into the fourth quarter, another 20-point game here come fourth quarter. The Clippers need to go on a run to make this a close one, and it looks like they are not going to, as it's a 15-point game. 2 minutes remaining, nothing is happening. Once again, the Sim engine hates us. 123-92. Why sucked? Why is Bogey getting so many shots? Karl Towns was good. Mikal Bridges was bad. Jalen Brunson was really bad. But you know what? A win is a win is a win is a win. And now the New York Knicks are up 3-1 here in the NBA Finals. Game 5 of the NBA Finals. The Knicks are up 3-1 against the Clippers.
Game 5 of the NBA Finals. The New York Knicks have been patient. They have endured, and they have prevailed. With a 3-1 series lead, their sights locked on one goal, one epic culmination of an entire NBA season. The Larry O'Brien Trophy could be theirs with just one more win against the Los Angeles Clippers. This is the NBA playoffs, and it's up next.
Here we go, the final game potentially of the 2025 NBA season, or do the LA Clippers have something to say about it going into the third quarter with a little bit of a lead, but the Knicks have a lead here in the fourth quarter. We may finally have a close game. Let's not screw simming this up. 4 minutes remaining. 2-point game, 3-point game, 1-point game. We're going to hop in. 3 minutes, 52 seconds remaining. Change the camera angle. The LA Clippers are fighting for their playoff lives right now. You got Josh Hart. You got Kawhi Leonard. You got OG Anunoby. You got Derrick Jones Jr., an incredible pickup backdoor from Jalen Brunson, but he blows the layup. James Harden grabs the rebound, and injured Kawhi Leonard brings the ball up the court. Norman Powell. I mean, there's, what, 3 incredible wing defenders there for the Knicks. Norman Powell tries to go into the body, puts up an ugly shot. Josh Hart grabs the rebound, no surprises. Oh, Cat's open. throws it down, transition, Karl Anthony Towns. MSG is rocking right now. Can you imagine how loud MSG is going to be if this comes to fruition, baby? Kawhi Leonard gives it. Zubac's pump fakes. And he puts in the 2 points, cutting the lead back to 1. You know what? I think I'd like to see this matchup. I wouldn't mind seeing the Clippers try to go for a championship as long as Kawhi stays healthy, which is, you know, I mean, it's 2025. And, ooh, Karl Towns had the rebound, but Zubac swatted it away. Now Norman Powell has the ball. Norman Powell, MVP caliber. Zubac throws it down and takes a 1-point lead for the Clippers. Big Zoo should be in the running for most improved player of the year as well, having a sensational season, trying to outplay the MVP candidate in Karl Towns. Jalen Brunson being picked up by a non-defender, and James Harden hands up, tough shot, puts it up, puts it in, takes the lead. 2 minutes remaining here in New York. Mikal Bridges tries to go for a steal. Kawhi Leonard has one of the best perimeter defenders, and OG Anunoby on him, blows right by him, floats it, misses it, rebound, OG kicks it up, Mikal, Josh Hart under the basket, slow animation, misses, gets his own miss. And 3 in the key, 3 in the key, 3 in the key, gets his own rebound again, kicks it out, Mikal Bridges for the lead! Splash! Bang! Mikal Bridges gives the Knicks a 2-possession lead, 97-93, 1.5 minutes remaining. Kawhi Leonard isoing, James Harden has Jalen Brunson, blows by him, pulls up from the free throw line, cuts it to 2. And as an NBA fan, this is all you want to see. Close, competitive games down to the wire. Jalen Brunson isoing, dribbling, stepping back, blowing by, and he just cooks James Harden for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, putting the Knicks back up by 4. Kawhi Leonard lightly injured. Tries to blow by. Weird animations are occurring. Big Zoo standing around doing nothing. Now it's an ISO. 12 seconds remaining in the possession. Dribbling. I mean, he's out of bounds. OG Anunoby gets away with a push. And Kawhi Leonard choking here in the 4th quarter of an elimination game, down 3-1. Clippers need a stop and a score bad if they want to be in this one. Jalen Brunson once again drives right by and lays it up. The smallest man on the court, putting in business, and gives the Knicks a 6-point lead. That's still a 2-possession game, 2 threes, and the Clippers are right back in this, but there's only 50 seconds remaining. Ty Lue's gonna have to drop an incredible play. As we know, 2K doesn't drop plays out of bounds, but we'll see what they do. James Harden on the inbound, hands it off to Kawhi. He's dribbling. Not a lot happening. Zubac sets a screen, not very effective. A lot of time being wasted here. Kawhi Leonard misses, and now they're gonna have to play the free throw game. Jalen Brunson gets the ball. No foul yet. Wide open lane to the basket, doesn't take it. Opts to waste time instead. A double comes over from Norm. He gives it weird. I don't know. Passes are weird right now. 10, 9, 8. Jalen Brunson. Dagger. Oh, he missed, but Karl Towns on the glass. And that may be ball game. Karl Anthony Towns on the offensive glass. Out rebounds the Clippers. And may have just won his first championship of his career for the city of New York. Inbound to Kawhi. Kawhi pumps. Kawhi shoots. Kawhi misses, and that's game. The Clippers aren't even going to foul anymore, and the New York Knicks are your 2025 NBA champions. 1-0. That was kind of a pathetic throw, wasn't it? And there you have it. The New York Knicks are hyped. Camera, there you go. OG Anunoby, the new acquisition Karl Towns, the new acquisition Mikal Bridges, Jalen Brunson, Josh Hart, traded away the Villanova squad. But you know what? It was all in the success of a championship. Tom Thibodeau wins his first? I think so. Over the LA Clippers. I don't know who this guy is, but he's excited. And here's Adam Silver with the trophy celebration, handing off the trophy to OG Anunoby, who I've heard speak before in my life. Precious Achiuwa cheering up. Jalen Brunson hoisting in the NBA Finals MVP is going to go to is going to go to Karl Anthony Towns. Traded for him, and he gave them everything back in return. That is going to do it for this one. Thank you so much for watching. As always, I'll catch you in the next one.